In the early 2000s, Square-Enix established something referred to as the compilation of Final Fantasy VII, which would see several sequels, prequels, and side stories to the highest-selling Final Fantasy of all time. Starting with 2004's Final Fantasy VII Advent Children film, Square-Enix would release Before Crisis Final Fantasy VII exclusively on Japanese cell phones, Last Order Final Fantasy VII, an original video animation film, Dirge of Cerberus Final Fantasy VII, a sequel to Advent Children on PS2, and finally, the official prequel to Final Fantasy VII 2008's Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation Portable. Crisis Core was extremely hyped by fans of the compilation series as it looked the most promising. Crisis Core deals with Zack, a member of Soldier, Second Class, who is taking on missions in hopes of eventually becoming First Class, and a hero. He goes on a lengthy story of self-discovery while joining up with all of your favorite characters from Final Fantasy VII. The most surprising story elements deal with Zack's interactions with Sephiroth, and show that he is far more complex than just some villain. The very final moments of Crisis Core are exceptionally powerful and remain some of the very best ever put into any RPG. I find it rather shocking this game hasn't been released on other platforms just for that ending alone, as it really is superb. The audio-visual presentation is as you would expect for a home console, yet for this being on a portable, it's very impressive. The in-game graphics are fantastic and the cinematic cutscenes will floor you with how smoothly they run and look. The soundtrack is great and uses many tracks from the original Final Fantasy VII soundtrack, and the voice actors did a superb job as well. Thus far, we have a great storyline, beautiful presentation, but ultimately, you're likely asking, how does the game play? Am I right? This is where I was originally disappointed. I expected, essentially, Final Fantasy 7.5, but this is an action RPG, so it plays completely different. Yes, there's materia, limit breaks, and the such, but the way you fight battles is completely different. For starters, you're sucked into battle and you can freely move around. Whichever direction Zack is looking in is where he'll attack next. This allows you to easily move between targets, which is actually superb. On the bottom right hand corner of the screen you'll see a command list. By using the L and R buttons you can cycle through various commands such as attack, using different materia, accessing items, and so on. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but very quickly you'll be able to attack multiple enemies with powerful moves in quick succession. You'll notice on the left hand corner of the screen you have hit points, magic points, and action points. To guard against incoming attacks you spend action points. To use materia, you use magic points, and so on. The one big wrinkle in the combat system is the Digital Mind Wheel, or DMW. The DMW controls both leveling up and limit breaks, which can be a serious cause of concern until you understand how it works. As you fight enemies, you earn soldier points, which keeps the DMW spinning. When the character portraits match, or if the numerical dials match, you're rewarded with either a materia level increase, a limit break, invincibility, or Zack himself will level up. There are a wide assortment of bonuses you can be rewarded based on your DMW. Now I know this sounds like a truly awful idea, but in practice it actually works rather well and keeps you surprised by what's coming next, as you never know if you're going to level up, unleash a powerful limit break, or something else entirely. The biggest annoyance I personally have with this system is that you no longer have control over the very best moves in the game, and that is a little bit unfortunate. For a 20-hour action RPG, Crisis Core is a rather surprising game that far too few people have experienced. It would have been great to have this game available on modern platforms, as longtime fans of Final Fantasy VII would likely really enjoy it. As it is now, it's available either digitally or via UMD on the PlayStation Portable and PlayStation Vita, and I highly recommend fans of the series check it out. Don't let the inclusion of a slot machine of sorts turn you off. This is actually a really fun game.
God!
That's one more you owe me. You lost your focus.
Yeah. Oh, sorry if your sword got any wear, tear, or rust on it.
You're a little more important than my sword. But just a little. Huh.
Thanks.